we are battling with serious network in Nigeria. I stopped at the product I'm using, like for the retwist. So I'll use that one to continue the class. So sorry for the interruption for today's class. So back to business. I'm talking about the kind of gel we're going to use. I said we have this gel and we have this gel. I see their name. You take it close so you can see them for yourself. You can also see this one, wooden wax gel. So these are the gels I use for comb twisting. So now when you want to comb twist, if you meet those people with flanny hair, those people that have a natural hair that looks like it's a relaxed hair, like when you wet their hair, you will be so confused. You don't know whether this hair is relaxed or it's natural, but it's really, really natural. Those are the people who call flanny hair. So for those kind of people, you use this particular one. You use this particular one for them. Why? For the ones mm, that have strong and elastic natural hair, you can use this product for them. But in case you don't have this, you can still work with this. It will still work out. So I'm just making emphasis so that you understand how we use them. So now there are some cases whereby when you are comb twisting, uh, you you discover that your gel is becoming white, or the gel is sitting on the person's hair, or when you finish with twisting, you see gel sitting on the person's hair. Yeah, that happens because one, the gel has been exposed to hair. Now, so many of us as locticians, we are guilty of leaving our container open like this. So when you leave your container open like this, definitely your gel is going to be leaving a white patches on the locks because the surface of the gel is already drying up. So anytime you take from your gel, always cover it. Always cover it. Anytime you take from your gel, always cover it. Now, second reason why your gel is always turning white when you use it on somebody's hair. The second reason why it's turning white, that portion you fetch from this container, the portion you fetch and you keep on your palm, please, I would advise you, it's a very, very bad routine for you to be using gel at the back of your palm. Because what happens is that at that point that you are working, you'll be sweating. So as you are sweating, your sweat is entering the gel, and the gel is you are going to be applying it on somebody's hair. So it's really, really a very bad hygiene. If you want to be putting wax on your hand, please wear glove. It's either you wear your glove or you buy your normal wrist. You buy your wrist to for the twist. So don't put gel directly on your hand. So back to what I was saying. The second reason why your gel used to leave white patches on client's hair is because that portion you fetch. Let me show you something so that today is a practical class. So I want to show you everything. Now somebody will just go and fetch something like this and just put on their wrist. Now, when you fetch this kind of portion, there's a tendency that this thing will take like 5 minutes before you can exhaust it. So if that gel is sitting outside for 5 minutes before you exhaust it, it's going to turn white because the face of the gel is going to be drying up. So and when it dries up, the gel becomes super thick. And when it becomes super thick, if you apply it on your client's hair, it's going to make the person's hair white. So the gel will be sitting on the hair, it will not dry up. Then the third reason why your gel is always giving you white patches is that anytime twisting, you are twisting a client's hair, please always work with your spray bottle. Let me show you my spray bottle. This is my spray bottle. And in this spray bottle, I have three things here. I have a moisturizer, I have water, then I have a little bit like 10% of olive oil. Then I fill it up with water. So now, when you are twisting somebody's hair, make sure that that client's hair is not dry. If it's dry and you apply gel, the gel is going to sit on the lock. It's not going to dry. That is another reason. So please always wet your client's hair when you are twisting. So do you observe that when you are twisting, if when you immediately you wash the person's hair and you apply that leave-in conditioner, when you are twisting for the first time, you discover that that first portion you twist is not showing white, but as you proceed, it begins to show white. It's because the client's hair is becoming dry and you continue applying the gel. So when the client's hair is dry, and your gel on your palm is also dry, you apply it on the person's hair, the gel will now become dust. So it will not dry up, it will just sit on the locks. So that's one primary reason of build-ups. That's why we used to have build-ups on locks. That's what used to cause build-ups. So if you observe, when the hair is very wet, you apply the gel, you will see that the gel is bringing out some kind of foamy effect. The gel will be looking as if it's foaming. That is how the gel is supposed to be melted. That is how small the gel is supposed to be on each locks. So when it's foaming like that, yes, it doesn't allow you to fetch too much of product to apply on a certain lock, which will make you twist it very properly. Then, and fourthly, avoid using too much gel on a particular locks. Just gentle. So long the hair is wet and you apply your gel, there's no amount of gel you are going to apply that water will allow it to stay. When you apply too much, the water will make it slip. So apply little gel and your water. It will twist. Do you know that there are some people that use oil and just oil to twist, and it works? Good, it works. So for you that is using gel, just use it as light as possible. So back to the product we are using for locks. So when you twist like that, you twist like that. uh Now I know some people used to see some locticians online with clips. Let me show you what I mean. Some people will see locticians online, they will see them with a lot of clips. When they twist one lock, they will use clip and hold it. Then twist another lock, use clip and hold it. They twist another lock. That's stress. That is a total waste of time. It works. It's normal, because maybe you are doing your appointment based on booking. Maybe you have your client based on appointment, and that is a go. But when you have people queuing up, that is a total waste of time. So what I used to recommend is I use rubber band, or I can use the client's hair. For some of you that have been watching my video, now there's something I used to do. I will use a mannequin to show you an example. Okay, let me use this mannequin for example. Now, if I want to start retwisting, I always start my retwisting from either this side or from this side. Why did I start my retwisting from this side or from this side? The reason why I start my retwisting from this side or this side is because when I start from the back, there's a tendency that I must pack the hair, the client's hair, and drop it at the front. That way, the client is going to be wet, because the hair will still be dripping out water as of when I washed it. No matter how I pressed it, it will still be dripping out water. So I avoid dropping water on their body. That's why I start my retwist from here, or I start from here. That's the point. Is that clear? Please, if you are really enjoying my class, please comment. Just show me that yes, you're enjoying this class, so that I'll be gingered to tell you more. This is what people pay thousands of naira to learn, and I'm giving it for free. Let's continue. God bless me anyway. So now I want to show you a technique of how you retwist. Now, if you open somebody's airline, you have first line, second line, third line, fourth line, like this. Or should I call it a row? Yeah, let's just say a row. Now, that way, uh, I used to palm row in a squared form. That means from the first line, I will palm row the first locks, the second locks, the third locks. Then I'll stop. I'll go again. The second line now, I'll do again. First lock, second lock, third lock, fourth lock. I'll do it like that. When I do it like that, I'll make sure that that portion that I am twisting is giving me a squared form. Why am I doing that squared form? I'm doing that squared form because I I want to hold it tight. I want the grip to be tight, because when I'm done, you will see me trying to use the person's hair to tie the locks. Now, I prefer using the person's hair to tie the lock, because the tension that rubber band gives is kind of high. But for to save time, I just use the person's hair to tie the locks. That's what I do. Or I'll use my regular rubber band. So using your regular rubber band doesn't make you an inferior, or doesn't make you a low loctician. You can use your regular rubber band to hold it. So when you retwist, it is always advisable that your retwist is pinned down. So how do you pin down your retwist? When you retwist like nine, like three in a row, then you bring them together, use rubber band, I hold it, or use one of the hair to knot it. That's how I do. So that way it keeps my retwist tight. It doesn't keep it loose, because when you leave them single single, it tends to uh, lose back. You get it? It tends to lose back. So I make sure that within the short space, if I do like nine, I'll tie them. If I do like nine, I'll tie them. If I do like nine, I tie them till I finish. So I like to do this place, then I move to this place, then I do this place. Then after this place, I'll come back again and do this place, then come back, do this place and this place. And I've stated my reason why I do like that. Are we together? So now, after doing that, what's the next product I'm going to use? Now, when you are done with that, some of you will just go straight and start spraying your freezing spray. It's wrong. Like so many of you use this. Let me show you. So many of you use this freezing spray. Some of you use one other freezing spray. Let me show it to you. So many of you use this other freezing spray. So there are a lot of freezing spray. So please, you don't do that. What you do is immediately you finish retwisting, just put the person in the dryer. As a loctician, why would you be having a salon without a hair dryer? That's a bad sign. So if you have a salon, you must always have a hair dryer. That hair dryer is what can dry the hair simultaneously. Now, for those of you that say, oh, hand dryer is actually good, it's good for locks than the hair dryer, I prefer it. There's a client that said something and she argued all through the day. She was like, uh, she preferred to use hand dryer because her former loctician used to use the hand dryer to stretch her locks, used to make her locks long. I sat down for like more than 5 to 10 minutes. I was just thinking about the whole thing, and I just smiled over it. So please avoid that. If you are using hand dryer, you are drying portion by portion, and there's a tendency that before you reach the last portion or second to the last portion, that place is already dry by natural air. And when it dries by natural air, there's a tendency that those gels you use will not go out. So what the hair dryer does is that heat that hair dryer produces, it first melts the oil, then it dries it. That is why the hair dryer is better than the hand dryer. Are we together? It is better. If you can take it for home service, go ahead and take it for home service. So when you dry the hair and the hair dries properly, that is when you will now come back. You will not lose the knot that you create, those portions that you tie down so that your retwist will not go. You will still leave it there. Then that is when you now carry your freezing spray. Carry your freezing spray, either this or this. Where you focus on now, do not spray and freezing spray on the body of locks. Spray it only on the root. That portion that you twisted, that's the only place you spray. Are we together? That portion that you twist, that's the only place you will spray. So you spray it properly, spray it generously. After you spray generously, you put the person back in the dryer again. If that part should dry up, if it dries, if that freezing spray dries properly, then you can now use your oil spray. Let me show you. You can now use your oil spray first. This is one of the popular oil spray. So you spray your oil spray around the roots. Now you can spray it on the body and everywhere. So after you spray it on the body, then you should have your own magic oil that you are familiar with. When I say magic oil, I have my own magic oil. And let me show you. This is my own magic oil. I have them in stock a lot. So I cannot really tell you all the products that are inside this place, but I know that the products here are very good. Sometimes you can even do a mixing of oil, just the same way they mix oil perfume. You can mix good products together to make sure that your client achieve a very good result. So this is a combo of more than 6 different oil inside of this container. So that is where you go now and start putting it on each line on each line. When you put it on each line, after you apply your oil spray, then you go and put it on each line. Then when you finish putting on each line, put the person back into the dryer. Put the person back into the dryer. So when you put the person back into the dryer, now the hair is going to dry again. Now when it dries this time, you will now bring it out. Now lose the knot that you have created. Lose the knot. So after you lose the knot, that time you can just spray your spray again, then spray your freezing spray. Sorry, you spray your oil spray first again, then you now spray your freezing spray. Now you spray your oil spray, then you now spray your freezing spray. After you have loosed the knot, then you can put the oil again if you wish, but if you don't, you leave it. Then you put the person back in dryer. Now, if you have a wig cap, let me show you a wig cap. I can't find my wig cap. Like I said, the place is scattered, but okay. Okay, my boy is trying to get me one. Let me show you guys. Don't assume you know everything. Let's just flow along for those people that do not know what's going on. And in case you're not hearing me, please indicate. Let me just show you something. Thank you. So this is wig cap. So after you have done that step that you spray those things, now open one of these and wear it on the person's hair. Now by this time the locks are already lying down. The locks are lying down, they are already down. So it's just the scalp. So you carry one of these and wear it on the locks. When you wear it on the locks, that moment if you put the person in the dryer, the scalp is going to have one deep shine. It's going to shine very deep. Please, I'm not feeling the vibe. Can't you guys help me? I'm giving you a free class. Like after this class, you watch this video. See, if you have been trying palm rolling before, you will get it this time if you listen attentively and you follow all that I've said in this video. Honestly, your palm rolling game will change totally. And after I'm done with this class, I'm going to give room for question and answer. But for now, I will soon round up. Let's just keep in touch. So when you wear this cap, you put the person back in the dryer. That one should just be in space of 3 minutes. When the person comes out, you will now see that this cap is having a deep shine. So all those shiny hair you used to see online, why the thing used to shine, it's possible. It shines. It shines a lot. So after you've done that, you will discover that yes, your twist is good, stays very well. So with that, you will now go for your styling. So styling is not it's not really something one can say it's going to teach you verbally because they keep it back because there are different types of airline, different size of locks, different head shape. So you can never get the same style perfectly the way it is on different line. They will only look alike, but they can never be the same. Just like my client said that um, same siblings do not have same parents. Because when the mother give birth to the first child, there's a way she treats the first child. And when she gives birth to the second child, there's a way she treats the second child. So as they are giving birth, their attitude is changing towards their children. That's why he said a parent cannot give birth to a sibling cannot have the same parent. So the same thing, locks, you cannot have the same perfect style for the same client. So what I would recommend is if you don't really know how to style much, always do styles that are friendly style like two strand twists, Locs barrel, um, these two mohawk, what other pet house, shuku, lot of them. But now I want to say this: if you install somebody's hair for the first time, maybe if it's installation you are doing, if you install somebody's hair for the first time, or that is the first time that the person is palm rolling his hair, always recommend two strand twist. Do you know why? Because it will buy them enough time to enjoy the hair. But if you give them any random style that within 2 3 days the style is getting old, they will dash out of palm rolling completely because So many people have suffered this crocheting method and interlocking method that they so believe in it than palm rolling. You know, this palm rolling now, we're just trying to invoke it in Nigeria more. It's more common with the Western people, but we're trying to invoke it in Nigeria more. So if you have new client, you're trying to convince them to listen. One way you convince them is to make sure that the hair you're going to do for them, let it last. And if you want it to last, you recommend a two-strand twist for them. So when you keep recommending those two-strand twist or three-strand twist or Locs barrel, it's going to make the hair last at least for a month. So after that, that's good. So if there's any other class you want me to talk about, if there's any other area of logs that you're having challenge with, please you can drop a comment and I will make sure I make a video on it. I hope my class blessed you. I hope you enjoyed my class. This is one of the most detailed class I've ever sat down and discussed. You can see how I'm sweating. So now, room for questions. Room for questions. Room for questions. What is your question? So the room is open. You can ask your question like you wish now. So this is the time I'll go to check comment section to see question I asked. So Blue Dream says twists are not good. It makes me lose my hair. Uh Blue Dream, please can you tell me how did it make you lose your hair? You say twists are not good for your hair, it makes you lose your hair. Are you talking about the twisting or the retwist? Because when you are retwisting, which we call palm rolling, is different from when you are twisting your locks. So which one is giving you challenge? And it's making you lose your hair so that we know where to tackle it from there. Then if you have any other question, anything related to locks, please feel free to ask. We are we're here for you. Any question? I'm just going to give 5 minutes for anyone to drop question. If there's no question within the space of 5 minutes, then I will have to call it a day. But for now, I have all the time for you. So please stay with me. Let's talk. So do you have any question related to dreadlocks? Either you're a client, either you are a loctician, you have one or two challenge, or you want to know the best option, please, I'm open for you. You can chat me up. Let's drop your comment in this thing. Okay. Uh one one T Peter. He says women and men are different. Women and men are different. How? How do you mean women and men are different? I want to know so we know how to tackle this class. I will drop my own question in case you feel you don't have a question. If you want me to drop my question, you can indicate. So I will drop my question. My question will not be hard, something simple, but it's something we need to crack our minds to discuss. And the question, okay, let me ask my question. Between retwist, interlocking, and crocheting, which do you think is better? That's my question. If you have your client, draw them here so that we'll debate on it. And retwist, interlocking, and crocheting, which is better? I'm with you guys. So Peter one, he said, look, okay, I'm looking. What's your question? And the question, so it's high energy. Do you have a question about logs today? Because this logs class. I have a question about logs, please. You can speak up. We're here for you. No question at all. Okay. Energy say, I have a client whose hair I did two strand twist is very short. She would like me to add hair to make it longer. Should I do that? Okay, that's a very nice question. If you wanted to add hair, you can go ahead and add the hair. It's not extension you want to add. You can go ahead and add the extension. It cause no crime. But I know some people they don't really know how to install locks. Anytime you want to install locks and somebody already carrying locks, it is wise for you to lose the tip of the person's lock so that you can connect it with the extension you are having. Don't just go and start connecting your own locks to the add end of the locks. So you can connect the locks. You can. I hope I've answered your question. I hope I've answered your question. This is a room for you to ask any question, any challenge at all you're having for locks. You can just listen. Okay, this one says, how often should one retwist their logs? You can actually retwist your logs 6 weeks, every 6 weeks. The minimum 4 weeks. Minimum 4 weeks is okay. And one thing I want to say about that is that if you are retwisting logs, you have to maintain your timing. If you are relocking every 6 weeks, make sure it's every 6 weeks because the tempo at which you used to retwist will matter because maybe for instance today you do this month you do 6 weeks, the next appointment you do 10 weeks, the next appointment you do 9 weeks. The gap between them will be so obvious from the body of the loss because that portion you are doing 6 weeks will be smaller to that section you were doing 10 weeks, and it will be smaller than that portion you are doing 11 weeks. So the more time it takes you to go to the salon, the more you are giving your locks room to become thicker. So that is it. Except your size of root is actually very small. That's when you not really notice the difference. But for those that have those weak locks, it happens a lot. So, any question? Any question? Any question at all? I'm open. All right. Uh, when it's 33, if there's no question, I will call it a day. Thank you so much for your time. I'll be streaming by this same time tomorrow, hopefully. So, what do you want me to talk about? Just drop it in the comment section. Okay. Uh, energy. Why energy says? Um, what do you suggest? What product do you suggest when we do coil coils, or when you twist the hair with a coil? What product should we use? I don't really understand your question, but if I get you clearly, or if I will suggest what you're asking is, when you want to do coils, what product are you going to use? Okay, for a fresh hair that has no locks before, you use this. Let me show you. Like the person have a natural hair that is bouncy, you use this. This is twist and lock gel. It's different from this. It's different from this, and it's also different from this. This and this are the same. It's just different products. But this particularly is for comb coils. If you want a new comb coils, this is very, very important. So have I answered your question? Or do you want me to keep it so that you can snap it? You can see it. You can screenshot your screen so you can get it properly. We use this for comb coils only. We use this. So any other question? Please, if share and like the video, please share and like, comment, share and like, share it to your loved ones, your friends. Be sure they partake of this blessing, because to me it's a blessing, man. I know so many pay a lot for this class, but I just decided to give it out for free today. Any question? All right. So in the absence of no question, we'll be calling it a day. Stay blessed. Have a lovely day. Bye. Stay remain obnoxious. See you tomorrow by this time. Thank you.